The 11th episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16 has just aired, and we're about to get into all the looks that the queens served us on the runway for this episode. Now this week, the category was a flashback DRAGCON 1980, where the queens were expected to serve us a look that was inspired by their favorite 80s aesthetics, and today we will be ranking this look from the bottom look to the first look. But before we get right into the rankings, let me know how you will rank the queens personally. So rank the queens in the comment section from the last look to the first look, and let's see if we end up matching at the ending of this video. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. In 7th place, she is the Morgiana Dupree. We have the stunningly gorgeous Morphine Love Dion, and for her flashback DRAGCON 1980s look, she had on this light pink two-piece, and I wasn't really getting into this look tonight. Now, the brief for this runway was the 80s aesthetics, and while I feel this could pass as that, I generally feel like this was a lazy approach to the 80s aesthetic. Now, don't get me wrong, did people wear this in the 80s? Absolutely, but is it specific to that time period that I would look at it and immediately get that and recognize it? I really don't think so. I think that the silhouette that she has presented on the runway today really cuts across different time period. I mean, the 80s, the 90s, and even present day. And to me, that lack of specificity is just what is really throwing me off about this outfit. Now, that aside, the silhouette and just the construction of the outfit is not something I am crazy over or gagging over. For all we know, this is just a basic two-piece made out of shiny fabric and a bomb cutout with fringe details, and that doesn't really cut it for me when it comes to the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. This is certainly a bummer because she did so well in last week's ranking, and to come from that to this was definitely such a letdown. I mean, the face is always beat for the gods, you cannot deny that, but that hair tonight was just very choppy chop for me. Overall, I wasn't really impressed with the showings on tonight's runway, so yeah, this takes the 7th place in this ranking. In 6th place, she doesn't set the bar, she flips it. We have the fliptastic Maya Iman LePage, and for her flashback DRAGCON 1980s runway look, she had on this emerald green jumpsuit with a detachable train, and let's just address the elephants in the room to begin with. So in this episode on the runway, she said that this look was inspired by a simple Google search, where I'm assuming that she found this silhouette online and really just ran with it. However, I've been seeing all over Twitter that people are saying that she found this exact image she was referencing and it was this AI generated image. However, I don't think this is the case because on the runway, Maya said she found this silhouette online and kind of zhuzhed it up with the petal detail on the shoulder area, whereas what we are hearing on Twitter is that she found the exact image and just copied and pasted. But I don't know, just the inconsistencies of the two stories is not really adding up to me. But I don't know, what do you guys think about this? Anyways, moving on to the look, this wasn't my favorite thing on the runway tonight. I mean, this look just seemed a little plain Jane in terms of like fabric and in terms of like the overall construction. I also really agreed with Michelle Visage about the cinching comment. I think that if she had cinched, that would have just tied this entire look together. However, I would say that I enjoyed certain elements of this look. I mean, that big hair that was very reminiscent of Patti LaBelle was just something I was very interested in. So yeah, this look wasn't the best thing on the runway tonight, and for that, it takes its spot as the 6th look in this ranking. In 5th place, she is our absolute Delulu queen. We have our glamour queen Plain Jane, and for her flashback DRAGCON 1980s look, she had on this pink, yellow and blue power suit set by 10 Yards Clothing, and this particular look was kind of inspired by John Collins' suit style in the 1980s. And while I think this was a good look in terms of construction, fashion, and generally what the 80s was all about, I wasn't like super gagged by it. Now, don't get me wrong, she looked absolutely gorgeous in this, and I think the reference was super spot on, but was I really inspired by this outfit? I really don't think so. And I generally think that that is the problem when it comes to executing a particular fashion reference. Sometimes people just don't want to go further in terms of like creativity, and they just stop where they think they've achieved that particular reference without doing more in terms of like creativity, and I think that is really what happened here. Now, it doesn't really help that Q showed up in a similar type outfit and just did a tad bit better. That being said, I love the hair, I love the makeup, the choker and the black pumps were definitely a nice touch. So yeah, this look by Plain Jane takes number 5 in this ranking. In 4th place, we have the Queen of Mars. We have the super quirky Dawn, or as Plain Jane would like to call her, a creature from the Black Lagoon. And for our flashback DRAGCON 1980s runway look, she had on this black, pink and blue combo that she made herself, and I actually did like this. Now, big shout out to Dawn, who always comes through in terms of like concept. I don't necessarily think that is a negative connotation. In fact, I think that is her superpower, and it shows. Now, once again, in a runway category that was filled with like suit silhouettes and dresses, she has taken a different approach, drawing inspiration from the punk and glam rock subcultures from the 80s, and I think this just absolutely works for her. I really love the deconstructed black denim moments that we see in the crop jackets and the thigh piece. I also really love the pop of color infusion with that blue corset like detail and the pink touches with the hair, the gloves and the boot lace. The styling of this truly reflected what she was going for, and it was really a great look overall. So yeah, this look takes over and earns the 4th spot in this ranking. In 3rd place, she is our favorite letter of the alphabet. We have Q, and for our flashback DRAGCON 1980s look, she had on this black and white printed Blazer X dress moment with red detailings, and between this look and the one presented by Plain, this definitely did it for me in terms of fashion and overall execution. First of all, I love that even though this is a classic 80s silhouette, just the way it was constructed felt very modern to me, and I can really appreciate that. I also really love the printed moment on the dress that was very reminiscent of the print made by Keith Haring. I just think they added a point of interest to the look that was very visually appealing to look at. I also really love the red detailing we see across select parts of this look, from the exaggerated standing collar detail to that crisscross moment that we see across the borders area to the cuffs, and finally the red train ribbon detailing that was very significant to the AIDS awareness. It was just very well executed. I love that even though this look was trying to pass a message, it did not lack in any way when it came to glamour and beauty. I love the styling of this, the hair, the bold makeup, the shoes, all of it just tied this entire look together. So yeah, this takes its place as the 3rd look on this ranking. In 2nd place, she is the Grand Dame Diva. We have the Ebony Goddess Saphira Crystal, and for her flashback DRAGCON 1980s look, she had on this black and white sequin dress by Fashion Trash, and you cannot tell me that she didn't look amazing in this tonight. First of all, Saphira was born in the 80s, and like she said, she definitely knows what she's talking about in terms of fashion and the overall references, and guess what? It showed tonight on the runway. I really love this look on her, and how it's not doing too much yet it's doing just enough. The fit on the dress on her looks like it's rightfully done, and I can really appreciate every little detail of that. Also, just the overall construction of this outfit is something that needs to be talked about. Now, I love how this look was made in that sequin fabric. Just that shine just really ultimately brings this outfit to life. I also really love that this was playing with the juxtaposition of both the masculine and the feminine side, and just overall defining what it means to mesh those two together. The accessory she has gone for with the neck piece and the bracelet was definitely a nice touch and tied everything together. The hair that was really larger than life and to the gods was also a smart choice. Overall, this was great reference and fashion, and this earns her 2nd spot in this ranking. In 1st place and the winner of this week's runway category, she is our resident banana queen. We have the amazing Nymphia Wind, and for her flashback DRAGCON 1980s look, she had on this purple long dress with white printed details, and I mean, do I really have to tell you why this look takes top spots this week? No, I don't, but guess what? I will. First of all, for this runway, Nymphia was paying an ode to this look from Vamp the movie as presented by Grace Jones in the 1980s, and I think that her using this reference alongside with her artistic tendencies just sort of created this high fashion look, and it gagged me for sure. Now, I really love this purple dress on her. I think it really suits her well. I also really love those cutout moments on the bustier and also the lower half of the dress. I just think that infusing that spiral detail was definitely a nice touch and made the entire look fire. This look was very 80s, but I don't know, something about it just seemed very futuristic to me, and that that to me, the dichotomy of it all was just a chef's kiss to me. I loved the red hair, the makeup was eaten down. I also really loved the red pumps. Overall, Nymphia did what needed to be done, and that's why she took top spot in this week's runway category. Alright guys, we have come to the ending of today's video. In today's video, I share with you guys my personalized ranking of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16, Episode 11. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. It helps me a lot. But I'd like to hear from you guys. How did we do on the rankings? Were we a match? Were we not? Let me know in the comment section. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. But for now, it is bye guys. Au revoir.